Hello, this is the J.Hexx Project, and welcome to my gear review of the Tascam US 144 MK2 USB 2.0 audio and MIDI interface. This interface is made by Tascam. It is a 4-in, 4-out USB 2.0 audio interface, which means that it's actually more capable than the USB 1.1 format, which is 12 megabytes of information. This one kicks up to 480 megabytes. It's Macintosh and Windows compatible. It works with Windows 7, 64, and 32. I currently use a Windows 7 64-bit home system. It operates at up to a maximum of 96 kilohertz at 24-bit resolution. It has two XLR microphone inputs with phantom power built into it. Two dual preamps are built into this unit, one for each channel, one on the left and one on the right. They're both mono. Both of them, of course, record in stereo. We have two TRS line inputs, which is basically good for line level inputs, such as let's say keyboards or sound devices. It also has on the right channel a line guitar in switch, which allows you to put in a high Z guitar input on the right channel. You just switch it over to the left. Switch it over to the right, and basically you can plug in your electric guitars and just start jamming. It also has a coaxial SPDIF and AES EBU digital in and out, which allows you to hook up something like, let's say, a hard drive ADAT 8-track system to it to add more ins and outs to the current 4 ins and outs that you have on your Tascam US 144 MK2. It also has a monitor mix, which allows you to listen to the input with no delay and zero latency on the left hand side of the monitor mix knob, which is the input, and on the right you hear more of what's coming back from your computer when you switch the knob to the right. Now on the top middle is a line out switch, which is for your monitor speakers. It only has one output for the monitor speakers, which is left and right, of course, and this allows you to volumize that. And then next to that one on the far right, we have the phone's volume switch, which is basically for your headphones in the front of the Tascam US 144 MK2. When you plug it in, you can independently control your headset using the phone's volume, as well as control your monitors using the line out, so you don't have to, basically switch between sets and mess up your listening session. This has zero latency direct input monitoring, of course, when you switch the monitor mix over to the left hand side, which is the input. This also has a MIDI in and out, one in and one out, so you can hook up drum machines or anything that uses MIDI up to the Tascam US 144 MK2. And the output is an unbalanced RCA stereo line output. It is USB powered. It has no need for a wall wart, which is beautiful because that means less cords. It's a very simple, powerful solution for connecting all analog and digital audio and MIDI to your computer. It retails for the amount of $149.99, but if you look on Amazon, you can find it as cheap as $119.99. Basically, the minimum system requirements for this is 32-bit Windows XP SP2 or later, 64-bit Windows XP SP2 or later, 32-bit Windows Vista SP2, 64-bit Windows Vista SP2 or later, and 32-bit Windows 7 or later. It's also Windows compatible computer with a USB port. That's how it plugs in. For Macintosh, the lowest is Mac OS with 10.4.11 or later, and of course a Macintosh computer with a USB port. I immediately loaded in the version 2.02 and I used the guitar, and just to report, there are no guitar clicks, of course, on the right channel when using it for recording. It's pretty easy to use, simple, easy for people who are just starting to record, or even people who are a little bit more advanced but just want a smaller setup to go along with their laptops or their desktop computers. It's pretty much easy to plug in. The drivers are not bad on it. There were reports that the earlier drivers were pretty bad, but 2.02 fixed a lot of problems such as the guitar clicks, which are non-existent now. And as you can hear, my voice is recorded using a Percerption 220 AKG microphone plugged directly into my Tascam US 144 MK2. I'm glad to say that there's hardly any noise in the preamps. The preamps are nice and quiet and clean. I could pump it up pretty high without hearing any noise, and the noise doesn't even become apparent until I'm at volume 8, which of course is at a volume from 1 to 10, but usually you don't even have to go that high. I settle around 5 or 6 and I get a really clean recording, as you can hear here. So basically I would highly recommend this to any new people that want to get into recording, who want to do broadcasting and podcasting. It retails at $149.99, and the lowest you can find is about $120 on Amazon, brand new. I highly recommend the Tascam US 144 MK2. It's a wonderful device, and I'm glad to have one. So thank you for checking out the music gear review, and next time I'll be able to have a review on another piece of gear that I have, of course, that I own, so that way I can let you guys know what it is and how it works. So until next time, this is the J.Hexx Project of 7 Nerds Music. I thank you for checking out this review. Thank you and peace. This entire voice recording was recorded using a Tascam US 144 MK2 and an AKG Perception 220 microphone into a compact laptop. That's it.